are doing fine. So today we are starting a fresh new playlist on React, a library for front end. I will be making videos on almost every topic in detail and will try to keep the videos short and post it consistently so you can follow the series. So let's get started. React is just a JavaScript library for building user interfaces, but at the same place, React is much more. It can create much better and intuitive interfaces. Also, the scalability is much easier. So, minds behind this great library are developers at Facebook. React is developed by Facebook. Recently, React has gained so much boom and also now it is more stable. So, what is React? React is a library which can be used with any of your previous stack, such as Ruby on Rails, Django, Node. It is also stated in the site that we don't make assumptions about the rest of your technology and develop new features without rewriting the existing code. As you can see here, it's mentioned right here in the front main page of that website. One more term is mentioned on the main page of React, that is components. You might have heard about components. If you haven't, don't worry, I got you covered. The basic overall idea behind component is to make such fragments of code that can be reused again and again, such as headers, footers, etc. So we have to write less code and the overall management of the code becomes simpler. Let's see an example to get a clear idea of it. In fact, let's take an example of React docs page. So let me open the documentation here. Yeah. Pause the video for a moment and try to figure out which are the different parts you can divide the whole page so that every component will not be interconnected. So you have to divide it in such different blocks of code that you write that piece of code and you can reuse that piece of code in many places. So hoping that you have tried yourself. Trying will help you. Like if you are trying right now and you have written something, then when I will explain you, then you will find your mistake. So now let's see how many components can be made. If we want to make basic components, then we can divide the header. Like you can see here, the React header, which contains the React logo, name, and the different tabs, which are links, docs, tutorial, blog, community, this search bar, and all these things are in the header part. We can also divide one component in the footer part. As you can see here, this is the footer, in which this will be same on all the page of website. The footer and the header will be same on all the pages of the website. So we have to create only that component once and we can use that component in every page of the website. So it will require so much less code. We have to only code that once and we can use that again and again. The another part, we can divide this pages into this left panel and this right panel. As you can see here, let me do this here. So as you can see here, there are various drop downs here. So this is installation. So as you can see here, this installation, main concepts, and advanced guides all are major drop. They contains lots of various subtopics also. So you can also divide these drop downs into different components. You can also divide this text part into one component, and all of these code parts that you can see here, all the code written here, you can divide all these code parts into another component. So you have to just render that. You just have to pass this code. Don't worry, I will walk you through various components, and at the end of the series, dividing UI in components will be a cakewalk for you. Now let's get some overview of what declarative views means. So first let me open the As you can see here, there is a mention of declarative here in the main page of the website of React. As you know, in HTML, to change any text inside the HTML tag through vanilla JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript simply means the basic JavaScript which we all are using. It's also known as vanilla JavaScript. So whenever in other videos or anywhere you hear about vanilla JavaScript, don't panic, it's just a normal JavaScript. So back to the topic. We have to call for changing the HTML text, we have to call the inner HTML from the JavaScript with the IDE and then go through a whole lot mess to do that. In React, we just have to declare that if this specific state is triggered, then perform this task. In React, in further videos, I will explain what is state and all that. But just now you understand that there is one state which whenever that state is changed, the React will know that it has to render that component again and has to change the values. You simply understand that right now. I'll explain everything in future videos, so don't worry. In React, you can use both class and functional based components. We will go through both class and functional based components. Class based components were preferred more when you have to use the state and maintain the state of your data. But with the introduction of hooks in 2019, you can also set state in functional based components. So now you can use both class based and functional based component according to your preferences. If you like classes, you can use class based components, otherwise you can use functional. I prefer functional based components because I don't like using classes much, and in functional based components there will be less code, and in class based you have to write somewhat more code. So when to use React? There are many options to work on like Angular, Vue, React and many more. So in which cases we should prefer React over Angular, as stability of Angular is just amazing. But at the same time, when you are building a small project with few hundreds of components, you have short time and want to launch the product as soon as possible, and you want to launch the product in the market and get the reviews soon. Usually React is more used in startups and small projects, as in Angular you have to do so much of initial configurations, which is a tedious task for startups and small projects. You should use Angular if your project has over few thousands of modules. For the beginning, React is easy to learn, and once you are comfortable with React, you can easily learn Angular. In the tech world, if you are learning one technology, then you are clear with all the concepts of the technology, it will be easier for you to move on to the next technology, because everything is just interconnected. There will be a slight change of syntax and there will be introduction of some new concepts only. So that was all guys for the introduction. I hope you have gained something from it. We will talk about all the topics in detail in the further videos. So get subscribed to the channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. If you have any suggestions, kindly mention it in the comment box, and do share it in your social media and do tag me. My social media handles are linked down below. See you guys in the next one.